Previously, at a moonlit dinner on the balcony, Shyman showed his masculinity by suddenly licking the wine sip from Callia's lips. Embarrassed, she asked him what his actual motive was, but he simply approached her and asked if he needed any motive. After that, Shyman delivered a romantic kiss on Callia's lips, but before they could go any further, a loud cry from Shasha echoed from inside. To this, Callia quickly pushed Shyman away and sprinted into the room. Inside, while Callia was in the process of changing Shasha's diaper, Shyman offered to do it this time. However, as he tried to change it, Shasha suddenly released his urine on Shyman's face. Despite this, Shyman didn't get angry and started to play with Shasha, mentioning that he couldn't win against him, as he was Callia's son. Later, while observing Shyman's expression as he fed Shasha the milk, Callia admitted that she still didn't believe he loved her. Grinning, Shyman asked if he should make her believe with his actions. So, let's dive into the chapters 67, 68, and 69 of the manhwa, The Baby Isn't Yours. Hearing Shyman's statement, Callia asks by what actions he'll make her believe. Patting Shasha's back, he mentions that he'll show her after he puts Shasha back in his cradle. Grumbling with a funny face, she questions what he means by showing her. Shyman suggests she be quiet, as Shasha will wake up. As he leaves Callia's bedroom with Shasha, she reflects that she is tired but she shouldn't sleep, because he is going to make her believe by doing something. After a few minutes, Shyman returns and wakes up the sleeping Callia. Sitting beside her, he asks why she went to sleep, to which she responds that didn't he tell her to take some rest? Besides, why in the world is he acting like this, and if he wasn't going to show her with his body or something? With her statement, the surrounding falls into a deep silence for a bit. Jolting, she wonders if he is really going to be intimate with her tonight. Approaching, Shyman informs Callia that he has cast a spell around the room, so it's soundproof at the moment. Plus, he expresses that he wants to continue from where they left off at the balcony. Perplexed, she inquires what he means, to which he replies that she already knows his answer. With blushed cheeks, Shyman conveys that he wants to love her, but this time like a real couple. Hearing this, Callia ponders that there's no reason to deny him, as her feelings have already become the same as Shyman's. Suddenly, she caresses his neck, stating that he already knows her answer. After this, they share their first lips-to-lips kiss after accepting each other's feeling. Kissing him with flushed cheeks, she reflects that despite having done this many times before, right now, it feels just like a dream. Pissed, Shyman asks if she is thinking of something else at this moment. As he starts to rub her lips, she stops him and assures him there's nothing like that. She wonders if she should tell him that she saw him in her dream, where they were very intimate with each other, and that he was begging her to come back to him. Closing the gap, she wonders how he will react once he hears about this. Determined, Callia reveals that she had a dream about him before, and in that, they were doing something similar to this in that dream. Hearing this, Shyman laughs loudly, to which she reflects that this isn't the reaction she was expecting. She had expected him to blush just as she had imagined. Annoyed, Callia questions why he is laughing like a maniac at hearing about her dream. Seeing her frustration, he shuts her mouth with a sudden smooch on her lips. After this, he presses her on the comfy bed, without breaking away from her lips. Sensing Callia's passionate love, Shyman expresses that he also had that dream. He adds that he had that kind of dream because he missed her so much and wanted her so badly. With a dazzling smile, he conveys that now they are together, he will give lots of love to her. Wanting to take control, Callia pulls Shyman down onto the bed, declaring that from this moment, she will be in charge, as he is just licking all over her face. With this declaration, they begin to dance on the bed, so much so that the creaking can be heard from the baby's room. From here, the scene transitions to the next morning, where Shyman and Callia remain glued to each other. Catching her breath, she expresses that she wants to do it one more time. But before they can continue, Shasha wakes up and starts to cry heavily. Chuckling, they simultaneously mention that they should stop here for today. Springing up, she suggests deploying the nanny before they make love again, to which he asks if there's going to be a next time. Perplexed, she asks if they are not going to do this again. To this, Shyman embraces her and expresses that he will be back after putting Shasha back to sleep. Holding Shasha in his arms, Shyman warms the milk and starts to feed it to him. Gazing at them, Callia reflects that she doesn't know what he is saying to Shasha, but she can't believe he is the same person who pretended to hate kids. Besides, she doesn't know why her heart feels so heavy, and their relationship seems touching but also sad. Concerned, Shyman explains that Shasha has finished all the milk and burped, but he is not ready to go back to sleep. Hearing this, she suggests he come inside the bedsheet with Shasha. Complying, Shyman places Shasha beside Callia. As he sleeps close to them, he expresses that the moment feels very strange. Amidst this, Shasha, instead of sleeping, begins to speak in a cute voice. Hearing this, Callia holds her son's hand and delivers a kiss, expressing that her son is so diligent. Suddenly, Shyman kisses her forehead and then starts to play with Shasha. Observing his fatherly aura, she flushes right away. She mentions that if Shasha hadn't woken up, they could have gone all early morning. Grinning, he questions if she is serious, as it hasn't been that long, so she must not strain herself. He then apologizes to her for being a little impatient with his actions. As Callia states that she is fine, Shyman scolds her, explaining that her health is more important to him than their desires. Teasing, she asks if it isn't too late to say that, as he was acting like a couple just hours ago. Deviating from the topic, Shyman holds Shasha in his hands, stating he is finally asleep. After placing Shasha back in his cradle, Shyman cuddles Callia once again, suggesting they stay like this a little longer. Worried, she mentions that Gallus is going to arrive soon, to which he declares that he doesn't care. Listening to this, Callia hugs him in response, expressing that she also doesn't care either. Embarrassed, Shyman conveys that she is really driving him crazy. Embracing her close to his chest, he says that if she wakes up later and apologizes to him again, he is definitely going to be very mad at her. Instantly, he bites her nose, announcing that she is banned from saying sorry from this moment. To this, she inquires what if she does something to be sorry for. Smirking, he mentions that if she doesn't want him to lose his mind, she can't do anything wrong for which she should feel sorry. Besides, she just needs to stay by his side, and she can't leave without a word. Hearing this, Callia maintains her silence for a bit. After that, she grins with flushed cheeks, promising that she won't do anything to feel sorry for and won't leave without a word. Closing the gap, Shyman responds that he also promises to become a better man and a father for Shasha. Holding his face all of a sudden, she reflects that what happened wasn't a mistake or a dream. It happened solely because she wanted Shyman to be her man, and the moments when their breaths overlapped and they smiled together were so lovely. Smiling, Callia expresses that if she were dying right now, the only person she would want to see is him. Rising up, Shyman states that all of his favorite memories are with her. Hearing this, Callia conveys that she believes in him, and she is going to put all her faith in him as Shasha's dad and her partner. She thanks him, mentioning that she gained courage when he proposed to her. Lowering his head, Shyman sadly explains that he felt he was going to die if he didn't convey his feelings. Grasping his palm, she declares that she doesn't want to be his friend anymore. She wants to be his partner who is like a friend. Smooching the back of his palm, Callia asks what Shyman thinks about it. Suddenly, Shyman embraces her tightly, simultaneously expressing that he loves her so much. He then places his mark on her neck, reminding her that from now on, she is only his. Smirking, she assures him that she is indeed his and he belongs to her. Moreover, she always loved him and will continue to love him in the future. Meanwhile, outside the castle, Gallus wonders why there are so many cherry blossoms all over the sky. Joining Gallus, Latrica states that it's not the spring season, so why are there so many? Amazed, Latrica adds that she has never seen something so beautiful in her life. Here, the writer enters, mentioning that it was like a miracle that day. And that's why everyone who saw it remembers that day. Because it was like a miracle created by someone's happiness. Meanwhile, in Akin's kingdom, a missing fairy boy runs through the forest in desperation, reflecting that he can't get caught, because if he gets caught, those tyrants will kill him. Besides, that crazy doctor is going to chop his body up and feed him to the demon. The boy then recalls his memories from 4 years back. He remembers that on the first day when he arrived at the palace as a servant, his face was filled with envy. One day, he found the lifeless bodies of the fairy people in the palace's basement. There, he also saw the crazy doctor, who killed the fairies just to obtain high-level mana stones for the demons, and they were committing those crimes to flip the empire upside down. Moreover, the boy saw the face of the child he had worked with until last month in the king's hands. Witnessing these scenes, he realized that he had to get out of there immediately. And he won't take the Akin medicine anymore. When he takes it, his head becomes fuzzy, but it increases his strength. Returning to the present, the boy reflects that he must escape this place before they locate him. As we wrap up today's segment, thank you for being with us until the very end. I'll be sharing fresh videos of this manga and exciting new series every weekend. Your support is invaluable, so please subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated. Your encouragement keeps the channel thriving, and I appreciate it immensely. Until next time, take care and goodbye.